And thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Ashley PRCHAL'S, and you're watching KTEN News at 4. Well, today's the day to get out and get those deals. It's one of the biggest shopping days all over the country. While many are hoping to start the new year with new job possibilities, others are having the unfortunate timing of being laid off. Members of Penn State's Board of Trustees are addressing the child sex abuse scandal that's rocked their school. Now, today they announced they're launching an independent internal investigation into the school's handling of the allegations against former assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky. A school bus driver suspended after an incident last night. You won't believe it. The elderly driver was making his rounds when he suddenly pulled off and kicked 40 or so kids off the bus. So, New Year's. Right around the corner. We know that there's going to be lots of hors d'oeuvres, there's going to be lots of cocktails. Yeah. How do folks who've been following us and doing their own Biggest Loser challenge, make sure that they don't gain those extra pounds that they've worked so hard to get off? Poor thing, she's been out
2
there
days in a row now, huh?
2 days in a row, out there all day. It's so cold, right?
Yeah, it's getting even colder as the night goes on, too.
Luckily, she's almost done. Let's go back out to Lizanne one more time. Lizanne, how's it going out there? If you come by the UPS store in Sherman and drop off some canned items, monetary donation, we will give you this. It is $5 off your next shipment at the UPS store. You can't beat that. Help someone out and also get a little coupon. It's the best way to go. Again, we'll be at the Sherman UPS store until 6:30 tonight. Bring those non-perishable food items, those canned goods. Come on by and say hi. We'd be happy to take those donations from you. We'll see you soon. I'm here at Salvation Army on TEXOMA Parkway, where generous volunteers are donating their time to cook for this Thanksgiving. And they're cooking for 600 people. It is, as you can see behind us, like you pointed out, the cleanup effort is in full force, but that was not the case this morning when we arrived on scene around 9 o'clock. People were wandering the streets trying to figure out where to even start to clean up all this mess. Let me show you what we're working with today. This all started to melt yesterday, but with the low temperatures last night, it froze over again. Now we're dealing with a big glaze, and that is slick. A tornado watch in parts of Oklahoma. Our storm chaser Chris Hare captured this video of the tornadic storm moving from the west. He's been tracking that all day, and he says he's witnessed 5 touchdowns so far. Thanks for watching KTEN News at 10. I'm Ashley PRCHAL'S. Now we're going to jump right into weather with Chief Meteorologist Alan Mitchell. Alan, we saw tornadic activity earlier today, but not even that. We had some phone calls about some aftershocks.
Right, earthquake.
So you're not losing your mind if you were shaking.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Alan, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show. Well, this video, let's take a look. It was captured by our very own storm chaser Chris Hare around 5 this evening. It's out of Fort Cobb, just southwest of Oklahoma City. Now, there was a multiple vortex tornado that turned into a larger tornado. Chris Hare got as close as 150 yards away from that monster. He says there was some damage in the area, mainly to barns. In total, he says he saw 5 tornadoes in southwest Oklahoma today. And another storm chaser out on the road today got into an accident chasing a funnel cloud in Oklahoma, and it was all caught on camera. The driver was following this possible twister in Tipton when the car flipped over. Now, the accident was apparently due to mechanical failure. The driver says he was trying to back up when the steering jammed and caused him to slide sideways into a ditch and flip over, as you can see. Well, you're looking at video near Frederick, Oklahoma from earlier today. 3 confirmed tornado touchdowns in that area. Only 1 creating damage, though. 3 structures were hit, a local dairy, an Oklahoma State testing facility, and a home as well. Some livestock was killed, but the homeowners are safe tonight after being rescued 45 minutes later. Tillman County Emergency Management says power is out in some areas and cleanup will begin at daylight. Well, a 5.6 magnitude earthquake shook Oklahoma over the weekend. We're still feeling those effects tonight. The quake lasted a minute and left people very shaken up. Deanne Stein has more as homeowners assess that damage. Well, we wanted to know if an earthquake happened right here in Texoma, would emergency officials be prepared? Well, today we talked with Carter County's Emergency Management Office. They say currently there's no earthquake plan in place, but that doesn't mean there won't be one in the future. It's mind-boggling, the force behind a tornado and what it can do in a matter of seconds.
We've got significant roof damage. Our next door neighbor's fence panels came through our front door into our house.
Deborah Huddleston says as the tornado ripped through Tushka, Oklahoma Thursday night, she couldn't help but wonder if her family, friends, and neighbors would make it out alive.
It was rough, but we made it. The things can be replaced.
I'm standing where this house once stood. The winds in this tornado were so strong that it picked the house up and moved it 6 to 8 feet away from its original structure.
It is completely destroyed by the tornado, and we're just trying to salvage what personal items of ours that we can.
With the help of her family and friends, Stacy George is picking up the pieces of her life that are scattered all over her property.
I mean, you thank God that your family is safe, but you think, what am I going to do next?
Thankfully, organizations like the Red Cross, Salvation Army, and local health departments are on scene to help.
The Red Cross mission really is to take care of people in the first 3 days following a disaster and meet their immediate needs. Very basic items such as a safe place to stay, make sure folks have something to eat, something to drink.
As for the folks of Tushka, Oklahoma, they say their faith will get them through this disaster.
Better than ever. We're too tight. We'll make it.
April 14th, 2011. A date that will forever be burned into the minds of Atoka County residents. At dusk, an EF4 tornado hit the small town of Tushka. This is what was left of Tushka School the next morning.
They heard everything flying over them and falling on top of the building, and they said they were screaming and they were crying, and all they could do was pray.
Within days of the tornado hitting, Choctaw Nation representatives say Oklahoma native Reba McIntyre was calling to organize a relief concert. Tishomingo native Blake Shelton soon followed.
We as the Choctaw Nation and all the volunteers, along with Reba and Blake, wanted to be able to help our neighbors out to the north at Tushka and Atoka, so that's what we did.
A to L to your left, M to Z to your right.
Originally, the Tushka Relief Concert was only going to be a one-day event, but tickets sold out in 120 minutes, so a second show was added.
It feels real good that we've got people that cares about Oklahomans and stuff, and Blake and Reba is the ones because they are Oklahoma.
Choctaw Nation Event Center has reconfigured their floor plan to fit 5,500 people. Typically, it fits 2,800 people. And with tickets almost sold out, only 40 of these seats will be unoccupied.
I'm seeing Reba McIntyre.
Reba and Blake's decision to hold a benefit concert touched so many on both sides of the Red River, including 6-year-old JC Crook, who decided her birthday wish was to see this concert.
Here's one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Here's the last chance, fancy, don't let me down.
And these two country music stars definitely did not let anyone down Wednesday night at Choctaw Nation Event Center. Reporting from Durant, I'm Ashley PRCHAL, KTEN News.